Christmas is a time where we celebrate hope. Jesus brought hope into the world when he was born. Let's look today briefly at a powerful verse in Romans that helps us remember the hope we have. Romans 15, verse 13. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. The key ingredient in that word is trust. No matter what happens around us, we need to trust in God. It can be so hard when bills are rising and rising. We see such pain and suffering in the world around us, and when we all face difficult situations in our lives. I saw the reality of this verse myself last year. As some of you may know, Nancy suffered a traumatic brain injury early November last year. My husband and I had found her, and when I saw her, it felt like all the hope drained from me. I knew the severity of the situation and what the reality of what the doctors were saying and how it was touch and go for Nancy. It was so difficult. I remember one of our trustees saying to me a couple of days later, "I know Nancy will live and not die." She was convinced. I came away from the meeting with her knowing I needed to grab onto my hope in God and place my trust in him. God showed me this verse in Romans 15, and as I read it and started to pray it out, I started to say, "God, I trust you, even though I can only see what's humanly before me. I trust you in this situation." I declared it over and over, and as I did, not only did hope start to flood my being, but joy and peace as well. I lived the reality of this verse. Time and time again, when situations have felt uncertain since then, this has been my go-to verse to remind myself to keep my eyes on Jesus and trust him no matter what is happening around me. At the end of the verse, it says, "We may overflow with hope through the power of the Holy Spirit." That's what I felt like God did with me when Nancy wasn't well. I could start to use that hope to encourage others too. What situations are you facing today? Christmas is a time of joy, and yet our hard situations don't just disappear at this time of year. But with Jesus, we can be filled with hope and joy and peace, as this verse says. Trust in him. Give your cares, your fears, and your worries to him, and ask Jesus to flood you with his joy and peace. As you continue to do this, I guarantee you God will invade your situation and your circumstances will change. Let's keep our eyes firmly fixed on Jesus today.